Good morning, afternoon or evening. This is another War Selection match, and it gets pretty intense towards the end. Bit of a longer video today, as I have a few weeks to catch up on with no uploading. And yeah, this is a game with Pip and one of his friends from Donnie's Discord, so I hope you enjoy. This is just a good example of housing. As you could see there, I've got towers and houses around my town hall blocking any entry, and my woodworkers are safe. I've also got my farm up in a very critical spot there for later in the game. I'm just going to rush through the ages as I'm backline with some fish. The first challenge my empire sees here. I lose all my barracks after I try help my allies. I also build some more towers, because these light knights, if they get in, they're going to cause a bit of damage. I start making militiamen as well, and I stop making any units in these barracks, as they're all going to go down. Waste of materials, sadly. But yeah, militiamen are coming out now, just to clog up any holes they breach through. I also start making towers around my economy, just so that in case they do get through I have somewhere to hide my workers. I have a nice strong economy except from iron. I do not know what happened to my iron economy. I think I just moved all my workers to build towers, which isn't the smartest thing to do. Yeah, now they're trying to get through the houses, but I sent some workers to repair. That's the good thing about houses. They have quite a large health pool, and they're quite easily repairable, so workers can easily defend. Right here, I made the crucial mistake of not repairing, so they do get through. I lose a house and some workers. Nothing crucial though. There's only 6 light knights there, and I managed to hide most of my workers before they deal any actual damage. I've also got my militiamen and towers firing. They go towards my main economy. I start hiding my workers, but there really isn't a point. They're not getting anywhere. They're already dead here to my few militiamen. Alright, now we're IR, and our ally is being attacked by light knights. A really late light knight rush. That actually does quite well, sadly. This is one of the frontline players. We've lost, I think, 2 players. Pip over here is also walled in into a very small area with towers and unable to defend himself, as he's been taking the brunt of all the damage, so that I don't have to take any. But yeah, there's the fight still going on over here with Pink's light knights. Some longbows coming in to help. I'm setting up a little bit of a forward base so I can get units out to the front line quicker, as I don't have much room here. Start making partisans. This is the final look at the base. Now Pip is his walls have been breached with partisans and light knights, which pretty much spells the end for him. I just keep struggling on wood, because that's my only weakness in this game, wood. I also forgot to make a university. I always do that as well, sadly. I'm also making partisans to go help out defend Pip, even if he just survives and builds towers or archers. I've also just about finished off my base, my forward base, building 2 universities, one at the front line, one in the back line. Partisans are just cleaning up what's left of his army here. There's quite a lot of his units died. There's some snipers from Blue in here as well, Blue and Turkey, obviously. And we make quite short work of them. Sending in my cavalry to deal with these howitzers. They do quite a good job actually, because I set them on attack the closest target, so they go straight for the howitzers. So I've got my Red Devils doing that, and I feel like this is a good trade-off. Some Red Devils against artillery pieces. I know they're only howitzers, but it pushes them back a little bit and gives me a bit more breathing time. One of our enemies is still Bronze Age, or Iron Age for some reason. So I just sent a few planes to get some vision, and did a quick bombing run. Here I'm setting up a more defensive formation here with a factory here just to get some death sides. Hip has rebuilt his wall and towers, and I'm sending my units over again. I've been doing consistent bombing raids with my bombers, and I'm still IR1, which is a very big mistake right now. I'm also getting my soldiers ready to attack. Here, a Red Devil army to come destroy my economy comes in, but instead attacks my soldiers and partisans. Another army, not long after, attacks me with squad cannons, cavalry, and partisans and soldiers. But I get my death siders and howitzers out, which quite easily deals with them. I also build more housing. I could probably have built even more houses just for the population, for the partisans, but I didn't realise how good they were. As you can see, I'm getting more soldiers, more partisans. My death scythe is pretty much dead right now. Yep, gone. I've got 2 howitzers fighting, and this is the start of the end for me. I've got workers spread out a little bit so that I don't have to worry about them too much. Jumping over to the forward base, where we're fighting over control of this choke point. Jumping back to my main base, moving my workers to different wood lines. Finishing off these houses with no food, because I was going up to IR2 and training a lot of units in a lot of factories. At this point I don't know if I can win this fight here. I need so many squadron cannons and soldiers. I cancelled my upgrade to IR2 because I just couldn't afford the food, which is a good move in my part. He's sending military balloons after me now. Squadron cannons against howitzers. Here I'm asking my teammates for some help. There's only 2 of us left, me and a France player. I think that's all. That's us 2, yellow and blue. And at this point we know we can't win. They've got a window right in the back line. It's just a very intense, fun match to play now. As you can see, shortly after asking for help, my ally attacks with FD-17s to draw their attention from me and to try to snipe out an enemy player. I am also making Red Devils to try to harass their artillery pieces if they get too close. Still struggling a little bit on food compared to what I should be going for right now, and I should be IR2 by now. But I've just been making units and I forgot to go IR2, which is a pretty crucial mistake at this point in the game. I start pushing my howitzers to help the FD-17s get through. And here is that crucial mistake of putting the farm there, because the workers all get killed right now, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't even run them away. But yeah, most of my food workers die here to the T-34s of another USSR player. I have to pull back all my units to deal with this. They also have soldiers coming in. I build a new farm closer to the front line, which I should not have done. I should have built it even further back to the top right. But yeah, here's more death scythes and squadron cannons, even more T-34s coming through. And my eco is okay, except from food, which is struggling immensely. the FD-17s are pushing even deeper into enemy lines, while I stop supporting them because I need to get back and protect my base at this point. If I could have killed one person, even or two, it would have made it much easier. Especially if I would have managed to get to IL-2, I could get my own T-34s. Maybe kill off Orange or something, but well, I was not destined to do that. I run out of food again, which is crucial for my units. A Great Britain player is just getting some tanks out and decided to pick off my frontal base, which is a massive blow to lose that control of that choke point, where tanks barely fit. I'm trying to build that farm, but because workers bug out, I had to cancel my IR2 upgrade again, sadly, because I just couldn't afford the food. Every time I feel like they gave me a break, a few seconds later there's a big army at my doorstep. Yeah, you can see the T-34s right outside my base. I'm sending workers to repair, creating more workers to repair, just so I can use them to repair. And it looks pretty bleak right now. Death sides everywhere. A dwindling military. Howitzers. I've got like 4 howitzers against an army of T-34s. My town hall is dropped down to quarter of health. I've sent every single available worker in the immediate area to fix it. I'm also sending my cavalry around to get some vision on any more reinforcements they might have. As you can see, my towers are all firing. I've got partisans, I've got cavalry, I've got literally everything working to finish them. My town hall gets really low here, but I have pretty much an undepletable amount of stone and iron, so repairing the town hall could be done forever, pretty much. But yeah, the town hall never drops below 500 health, which is very good. And I just keep making partisans, which are actually able to destroy some. At this point I should also have maybe used 2 or 3 workers, those iron workers even, to try and wall off that choke point there so they can't go in that way. The Air Force of the France player is here now, just in time to finish off the rest of the T-34s that gave up on my town hall, and instead go for the houses. I'm trying to get my wood line back up. I should probably have ignored the wood and just built another farm. I moved those workers onto a farm so I can get IR2. Maybe had a chance of killing a few, I don't know. An army of soldiers is here now, and the T-34s are still in my base. Still 6 of them. There's death sides on the hill, and it's looking even worse for me right now as I've only got a few workers to repair my town hall, and I have no vision over what's coming. Some FD-17s come in now from the France player to help push back the enemy with a counter-offensive. I spam out even more partisans, and at this point I probably should have made just infinite houses in the top right corner where they can't reach them. Just built like 50 odd houses, as I got enough wood for that, and then just kept spamming units, partisans, to try and hold them off while I upgrade, because partisans are that good that they can hold off. Here my town hall drops really close to death. As you can see, it was down I think to 400, 300 health. But yeah, it's just me and the France player against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, enemies. Yeah, no, 5 enemies, sorry. At least I think 5. I think we only killed 1 enemy through the whole game, as our team, most of our team was a bit slow on aging up. Here I start pushing out a little bit with my infantry, and we're going to cut to the end of the game, pretty much, where I've managed to pick myself up a little bit, and even more soldiers and anti-air Tachankas are here. Now my ally is dead, and the enemy forces are slowly making their way into my base. I have no food now. I was preemptively moving my units as they've got heavy tanks, soldiers, they've got British Mark IVs, I can't remember the name in game. And, well, it's the slow and painful leading up to my death. As you can see, they've even got bombers to clear out my towers to stop any strong opposition. I'm about to hit IR2, but right now it's too late. I should have kept making those death sides because they're probably one of the only things that can keep off these soldiers. The anti-air Tachankas are really useless. I have no air, my ally is dead so he can't use his air. There's heavy tanks and T-34s making their way into my base from both sides. And at this point I realise I'm going to die, and all I wanted to do was make it to IR2. I've also got more workers in the top right of the map. I'm working on farms, and I finally hit IR2, and that was pretty much the last the last thing that happens this game. I start making squadron cannons, but I still don't have any food, sadly. So yeah, the heavy tanks are down to 4 or 5 howitzers I had. Here I have a few of those workers I was talking to you about, and I start moving them to collect food. The Tank Marvelados, I don't know how you say them, I never use them, but they're a British heavy tank, are also pushing into my base, and they're killing off my food workers. They've got anti-tank rifles, I don't know why they're bringing so much anti-armor and anti-air. It's almost like they're expecting armored units from a Russia player that only just hit IR2. They also bring flamethrower tanks, which is brilliant on their part because my partisans and soldiers are the only things standing in their way, and artillery and flamethrower tanks can easily destroy all 3 of those, and they're quite well defended against shotguns from partisans. As you can see, I've got another batch coming out, but there's not much I can do. Flamethrower tanks killing off my workers. I really don't like how you need food to build a farm. It's such a pain. So I move all my woodworkers onto food, onto a little piece of meat, trying to figure out where there's more dead animals, just so I can maybe build a farm and finish off the game with a bit more food. I could probably still hold for a few seconds. Maybe if I had some food I'd be able to hold a bit longer, but they've got vision on me now. I have a very tiny amount of territory, and I will not surrender. They have to work for their victory. Flamethrower tanks are cleaning up the remainder of the army. Partisans at long range are completely useless because they fire 7 shots that all do 12 damage, which means that they're only really effective in close range, and they can actually take down tanks and things if there's enough of them, just not very well. and I finally get my food, slowly, a little bit more food, but still not enough to do anything with. I've got no workers left to repair, and that's going to be the end of the game. So thank you everyone for watching. There's going to be more coming soon, and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.